Mention something for the listening audience. It's a pleasure. Mention something about Parshas Teitzei. The man that is from Shavdos HaMishpat. Leisat HaMishpat. Shavdos HaMishpat Tzedek. Leisat HaMishpat. Very well qualified. Mumchid to be able to give out the right back in a din Torah. There came before the Even Ezra litigants, and they were two coming together in the desert, and they both sat down to eat. One had 2 challahs, and one had 3 challahs. And then a stranger came along. They invited him with. So he wanted to show his appreciation for their hospitality. Of course, he took out 5 gulden, 5 coins, and he gave it to them, and he said they should divide it between themselves. So there ensued they couldn't decide how should they divide the 5 coins. The one that had the 3 challahs, he said, I contributed 3 challahs to the pot, so I should get 3 coins, you should get 2. The other one said, no. He said, the Oirach wasn't he didn't check to see whose challahs he's eating. He ate equally from both of ours. So he said, we should have to split in half. We should have to get 2.5 coins. They couldn't decide between them. So they went to the Even Ezra. The Even Ezra listened to the dispute, and he passed them the following. He said, the one that gave 3 challahs, he gets 4 coins. And the one that had 2 challahs, he gets 1 coin. They were both astounded. Even the one that gave 2 challahs, he didn't want more than 2.5. Even the one that gave 3 challahs, he only wanted 3, not 4 coins. He was getting more than he asked for. He explained to them on what he based the psak, how he adjudicated this dispute. He said there were 5 challahs. And he says, and there are 3 people. So we have to divide each challah into thirds. 5 challahs is 15 thirds. Now, the one that contributed 3 challahs, he contributed he contributed 9 thirds. The one that had 2 challahs, he contributed 6 thirds. Now if there's 15 thirds, each of the 3 ate 5 thirds challah. So the one that contributed 3 challahs, he ate 5 thirds, and he contributed 4 thirds to the pot. The one that contributed 2 challahs, he himself ate up 5 thirds, and he contributed only 1 third. So he said the one that contributed the 3 challahs, he contributed 4. That's why he has to get 4 coins instead of not just 3. Also, it said in the Parshas in Shoftim, Tomim Piyam Hashem Elokecha. A Parshas you deal with Rabbi with innocence, become innocent with Rabbi Shalom. There was a Yid came one time in the Bismedrish, came into shul, and he had 100 coins, 100 of that currency, and he was looking for a safe place to hide it. They didn't have a vault deposit or anything, so he figured he'll take out a chumash and it'll open up by the Asher Sativ, the Ten Commandments, where it says, like, thou shalt not steal. What could be a safekeeping than that? To put in the 100 ruble in the like thou shalt not steal. Close it up, put it back in the bookcase, and he's secure. He'll come next week or whatever it is. He'll take 100 ruble. A while later, somebody comes into the same Medrash, and he happens to, perchance, he happens to take out that same chumash, and he sees something bulky somewhere. He turns open, and he sees, my goodness, I'm going to see it. He sees 100 ruble. So he calmly extracts the 100 ruble and puts it in one pocket, and then he turns to Kedoshim, to Leviticus, Kedoshim, love thy neighbor like yourself, and he puts 50 back in there, and he closes up the chumash and puts it back in the bookcase again. A while later, the owner of the 100 ruble made a mark down the chumash. Before he take out the chumash, you see, he turns like Signoid, it's gone. He can't imagine who would have the audacity. They're staring him in the face. Thou shalt not steal a Signoid. How could he possibly do something? How could he bring himself through something like that? Then he turns by in Gedoshim, I love that neighbor like yourself. He sees there 50. He says, oh my goodness, he says, what an innocent, God-fearing Jew that was. He said, I, in his place, I would take the 100 for myself. He thought about somebody else. He left over 50 for somebody else. He says on the Chom Alivecha, and the Son of Shem B'yadecha. When the Klal Yisrael, they went out to war, and they were victorious. The Almighty put the enemy in their hands. And they'll be captives. Reason by Shivya, you'll see an attractive young lady. Her very much. And the whole process, how finally he marries her. So there's times when impetuous, and they do things that fly in the face of reason. And like they say, you say that love is blind. The problem is, it's blind before marriage. It has to be blind when you come to marriage. The eyes have to be open, and once you made your decision, then you should be blind, not be blind before, be blind later. So by Yankee Lavinu, it says when he worked 7 years for Rachel, so finally, after the second 7 year, he says, "Vayu ben Akiyom Machodim." By him, it passed so quickly, like a few days. Ba'avosai oisa, because he loved her so much. What is the Torah telling us? Going to Ba'avosai oisa, speaking about Yankee Avinu, Bechir Shemavis, the great patriarch. Jacob Avinu, Ba'avosai oisa. What he did because he loved. So Lev Chasman said the pshat is like this year. Somebody says, yeah, he cares for that person very much. He said he doesn't care for him, he cares for himself. But he would like that, he'd like to have for himself. The Torah says testimony, Edus, on Yaakov Avinu, Ba'avosai oisa, he knew Rachel what she was. And he understood, he felt what she really needs, who she needs for a mate. Not what he needs, what she needs. Ba'avosai, he really meant her, didn't mean himself. He meant her interest, not his interest. There was your site of the Satan Rabbi, the friend of Rabbi, just 2 weeks ago, and they were telling stories about what stories about him, and when he first came to America, to that first Medrash there on Peep Street, he had, like customary, was an occasion, he had a tish, where people came, and like how the tradition is, each one, they come forward and he distributes from his own, from his cake and from his meal, he distributes to each and every one, shirayim, gives them, he shares with them. So one young man who came forward and he put his hand out to receive shirayim, to share from the Rebbe's what he had in front of him. So he says to him, young man, he says, you were here. Weren't you here a few minutes ago to take once? He said, yes, Rabbi. He said, but you know, this young man standing in back of me, he says, he's taking me, escorting me. It's my wedding night tonight. From here, I'm going to my chassan. So the first time I took for myself, now I want to take for my bride, for the Kali. He said, oh, very admirable. He said, but sit down for a minute. He said, let me tell you something that will be useful to you for your entire life. He said, when you take for your wife, when you take for a Kali, you don't take after you took for yourself and then take something extra. Whatever you have to share with her. Chanani ben Akash Oimer. Let's talk about the Baruch HaZakis as Yisrael, the thing of him of their mitzvah Shinemar. Adonai Chomes Masid Koi, Yad Torah, V'ya Adir.
Kadal V'Kadash Merabah, Baman, V'Kadash Merabah, V'Kadash Merabah,